Last Stand, Earth's Final Hour. In the near future, Earth is threatened by a ruthless alien invasion that aims to destroy all life. The planet's defenses are overwhelmed, and cities are left in ruins. The remaining survivors must unite to fight against the Zorblon enemy, which is advancing globally. The group consists of soldiers, scientists, civilians, and former enemies who work together to protect their homes. They are led by a seasoned military commander and a skilled strategist who devise a desperate plan to strike back at the heart of the alien invasion force. The aliens' vast black armada emerged from space, unleashing a relentless attack on Earth. They deployed their ground forces to the countryside, small towns, rural areas, and cities, killing all forms of life, including humans, animals, and livestock. The aliens' tactics were to bombard and blockade all cities relentlessly, causing heavy damage to enter Earth. Life was expendable. The lack of communication among the humans made it difficult for them to coordinate their efforts to fight back. However, one group managed to get the communication: Colonel Duke Jones, commander of the 5th Mechanized Armor Division, 50,000 mobile units, and 200,000 military personnel. His units conducted most of the contact with the Zorblons, and a massive battle was fought outside of Austin, Texas. The 5th Division suffered heavy casualties, but they recovered the city of Austin through house-to-house fighting. The humans showed no mercy to the Zorblons either. Colonel Duke Jones reached the headquarters in Austin. Houston Kennedy Center had an urgent call. They needed to launch a probe and asked for any assistance in the area. This probe launch was vital. The issue was that Houston was heavily surrounded by Zorblons. Colonel Duke Jones devised a plan to combat the Zorblons. He aimed to employ an ancient Mongolian attack on their lines. The Zorblons were known to be merciless towards humans, but they held a strong regard for each other. Colonel Jones requested that the Houston Space Center give him 2 days to execute his plan. He then instructed his unit to apprehend as many Zorblons as possible. The colonel needed hundreds of prisoners and hundreds of vehicles in working condition. 2 days later, the 5th Division, with its 30,000 armored units and 400 civilian vehicles, departed from Austin and headed west towards Houston. As they approached Houston, about a mile outside the city, the colonel gave the order: light them up. The humans set all the 400 vehicles on auto drive. Each vehicle had 2 to 3 Zorblons tied to the front hoods and torched them all on fire. The Zorblons were loud, and all the cars on fire looked spectacular. As the fireball of the car got closer and the screams became louder and clearer, the Zorblons realized they were crying in Zorblon's language. The Zorblons were in a state of panic and decided to open the 8 lanes of the blocked interstate to save their captured comrades. But as a result, the interstates were opened, allowing 30,000 5th Division armor vehicles to pour into Houston. 3,000 tanks headed straight for the Houston Space Center. Colonel Jones' forces secured not only the Houston Space Center, but also the surrounding communities of Houston, ensuring their safety. At the same time, the Houston Space Center's stealth warp drive probe was sent out into deep space at warp speed to seek help from other civilizations across the universe. While at the Space Center, it was noticed that the Zorblon forces had begun a massive retreat. The Zorblon motherships and other massive ships were leaving Earth and its orbit in a hurry. However, they left a substantial force on Earth to fight the humans. It was unclear why they had left so suddenly, and whether they had left enough forces to defeat Earth. The Zorblons were more advanced than the humans, but the humans had the home field advantage. In the aftermath of humanity's darkest hour, where millions perished, and the Earth lies ravaged by war, a new chapter in the struggle for survival begins. Against all odds, the remaining humans stand united against the relentless onslaught of the Zorblons, an alien species bent on annihilating mankind. Amidst the ruins of once great cities and the ashes of fallen civilizations, tales of courage and sacrifice echo through the war-torn landscape. Ordinary men and women rise to become heroes, their unwavering resolve and selfless acts of bravery inspiring hope in the hearts of their fellow survivors. But as the conflict rages on and the Zorblon forces continue their relentless advance, the indomitable spirit of humanity is put to the ultimate test. With each passing day, the odds of survival grow slimmer, and the specter of defeat looms ever larger on the horizon. Yet, in the face of overwhelming adversity, the human spirit refuses to be extinguished. From the front lines to the halls of power, every soul remains steadfast in their determination to defy fate and reclaim their future from the clutches of despair. As the final battle for Earth's survival draws near, the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. Will they find the strength to persevere against impossible odds, or will they be consigned to the annals of history as yet another casualty of the merciless march of time? The answer lies in the hearts of every man, woman, and child who refuses to surrender to the darkness, fighting until their last breath for a chance to forge a new destiny amidst the ruins of the old. The battle continues. This ends part 1,